Hey everyone, welcome to Vegas Showbiz. We are Jessica and Michael Pellegrini, and we are excited to review for you Love, the Beatles Cirque du Soleil show playing at the Mirage, Las Vegas. It's been playing there since 2006. It's one of the longest running Cirque shows in Las Vegas. I've been meaning to see it for basically that entire time, and somehow we just finally saw it. Excited to talk to you about it. I gotta be honest with you, my first impressions are that Love felt a little bit stale to me. Love felt like a show that's been going on for 15 years.
It did. It did. To be fair, we've seen pretty much all the Cirque shows.
Yeah.
It just didn't have that wow to me. It was fun.
The music's great.
Of course, like, you don't have to be a giant Beatles fan to enjoy it. I would never say I'm a huge Beatles fan, but I'm certainly a fan. I knew all the songs.
You know all that stuff, yeah, of course.
Knew all the songs. That aspect of it was enjoyable, but it just didn't feel like a Cirque show.
Yeah, it was pretty minimal in terms of the acrobatics. You know, there was some of that. I mean, certainly, you know, some applause for certain things, but it's not what you would expect for Cirque, right?
It just didn't have any of that over the top.
The costumes were cool. They're very colorful, very 60s, you know.
Right.
I thought that one of the more, it was this immersive experience where they had a white sheet and they carried it over the entire audience. You've got a theater in the round sort of situation. It was a custom theater that they built just for this show, actually. But they carry that tarp or sheet over everyone, and they're kind of dancing in there, and the music's kind of trippy, and you know, that was kind of fun. That was unique.
It was neat. Yeah, think about like when you're playing parachute in PE and you've got it over the top of you. It's like that. It was neat. And then there are lights on top of the white parachute so you could see stuff. Mm-hmm. There were aspects of it that were neat. There were some cute, like there were 4 little boys in the show, which caught me. I thought they were cute.
Yeah,
they add an element to the show.
Youth.
Yeah. The stage itself was actually really impressive.
Yeah.
I will say that. It's almost like a star.
Right. It was a custom design. I learned that.
And so you could look all over the place and see things, and most of the time it was the same performance being mirrored across the stage, meaning there's a girl on this doing this dance and then the same over here.
Right.
But it was still neat to see all the different. It made it feel like there was always so much going on.
Yeah, it's happening all around.
I liked that.
I liked the seating had custom speakers built in right behind your head here.
Cool.
Obviously, audio was a big focus in the production of the show. They worked with one of the original Beatles producers, and I know it's got the stamp of approval from, I believe it was from Paul and Ringo, both gave it a thumbs up. Which is cool, and the music was great. I mean, you know, I'm not like a diehard Beatles fan either, but a lot of that stuff you grow up with, and it's just ubiquitous with culture. I mean, I really loved it when they did the twist and shout. That for some reason, like Lennon's voice on that, it's just so raw and emotional. I love that performance.
Right, which also is another good point. They added some recordings of the guys talking to each other, like while they're in session, maybe while they're recording a song. That was cool.
Yeah.
Hearing them interact with each other, because that wasn't something we ever saw. I mean, they were before our time. That was neat. The other thing that I remember, a couple minutes into the show, confetti just drops everywhere. And I had the most giant smile on my face at that point.
Who doesn't like it?
A couple of times that things just sort of surprised you in that sense.
Very colorful, very vibrant.
It was a fun show. It would be a family-friendly show.
Exactly, I was going to say that.
You know, assuming that your kids are into that kind of music, because maybe the younger kids are. I know our kids certainly love it, and it's a fun, danceable.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, maybe not for.
You know, like you go to CAW, for example, and maybe that's not so great for your little kids to go to. But something like this is a little bit more mellow. Yeah, the acrobatics are a little bit on the lighter side, but it's gonna suit that family friendly aesthetic if that's what you're looking for.
Right, and there were some kids nearby us that were kind of dancing around.
Yeah.
And you know, it's fun. It's a fun show. It's just not as awe-inspiring, I think, as some of their other shows.
I remember thinking to myself, like, the performers look like they're enjoying performing. It just looks like it's been done so many times. It was just kind of the feel. Whereas we've seen some other newer Cirque shows recently, and if you're not aware of those videos, I'll link to those for you. But you know, some of the new Cirque shows, you just feel that vibrance and that new energy, and it's just palpable.
Right.
It wasn't there for Love, unfortunately.
No, it really wasn't.
I wanted it to be there.
Me too.
Yeah.
I did too, because we've been waiting to see
exactly.
this one.
It's been on my list
for a long time.
Right.
For a long time. I do think it's fair to say that it's an enjoyable show if you've never, especially if you've not been to Cirque before.
Sure. And if you love the Beatles, it's still a no-brainer.
Right.
You know, you got to do that.
But I am kind of hoping with the renovation of the Mirage.
Yeah, it's becoming Hard Rock Las Vegas
Right.
this year.
Maybe they'll revamp that to like a Hard Rock Cirque.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
That would be classic rock.
Well, considering what Cirque is doing around town with Mad Apple and things like that, they're clearly trying new things. So, you know, to get them involved in the Hard Rock thing, that would be awesome.
Right. But another thing that I also was sort of thinking, we're at the Mirage. There are a couple of different show options at Mirage, even family show options. We could have gone to Shin Lim for the same price. I thought that was a better show.
Yeah, I love that show.
I might say if you're kind of there and not sure which way to go.
Tough one, just depends on what you're looking for, but you know, I'm glad we saw it. We don't know the future of it, you know, as we've mentioned in other videos with the Mirage, so it was cool to have that experience. But you know, we're fortunate enough that we have a lot of other things from Cirque to compare it to, and just based on that, some of the other ones had a little bit more vibrancy to it, but feel fortunate to have seen it, and you know, we'll see what the future is with it.
Right.
So. Cool. All right. Well, that's it for now. We've got some footage. I hope you're enjoying the footage from the show and some pictures that we took that night. If you're enjoying our content, one favor to ask would just be to subscribe to our channel. You can hit the notification icon and know whenever we drop new stuff. We're constantly dropping videos. We've been doing a lot of cool stuff lately and are excited to pump these out for you. So check that out. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, and thank you for watching this one. All right. Bye-bye.